Hello and welcome to Econ with Wes. In this video, I will be explaining excess supply. Let's begin with a definition of excess supply. Okay, so excess supply is where supply is greater than demand. Let's have a look at this on a demand and supply diagram. So this here, we can see the market, is at equilibrium here because we can see that the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied is at the same point here. Okay, so the quantity demanded equals quantity supplied at Q, which means the market is at equilibrium. Okay, let's say now that there has been an increase in price from P to P1. If we go across and we hit the demand curve first, go down, and we'll label this QD for quantity demand. We'll go across again, and then we hit the supply curve, and then we will label this quantity supplied. So the first part of the chain here is that the price has increased for whatever reason. Now, as a result, we can see we are in disequilibrium, okay? We are, or the market is in disequilibrium, okay? And we can see here now, because of the increase in price, consumers are going to be less willing and less able to buy the product. So the quantity demanded has decreased from Q to QD. The quantity demanded has decreased from Q to QD. But now, because of the increase in price, firms are going to be more willing and more able to supply the product. So quantity supplied increases from Q to QS. So now the market has disequilibrium because the quantity supplied is now greater than the quantity demanded, okay? Let's have a look at some numbers here. So if we said that P was 50, and let's say Q was 10, okay, let's say the price increased from 50 to 60, and as a result, the quantity demanded will decrease from 10 to say 6, okay? And because of the increase in price, consumers are going to be more willing and able to supply the product, so the quantity supplied will increase, let's say 12, okay? So we can see here now that the quantity supplied is 12 and the quantity demanded is 6. So there is excess supply. There is excess supply of 6 units of whatever the product is, okay? And that's just the 12 minus the 6 to give us an excess supply of 6, okay? Now we need to understand how firms can react in order to for equilibrium to reoccur. Okay, so one thing they can do, firms can actually decrease the price from 60 down to 50, and then the market is back in equilibrium. The alternative is for the firms to see that the quantity demanded has decreased at the price of 60. So that sends out a signal for firms to actually decrease the supply. So that would be an inward shift from S to S1. And as a result, we have an equilibrium point here, okay, at the price of 60, where the quantity demanded will be 6, and also the quantity supplied will also be 6. And because the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied is the same amount again at 6, then the market returns to equilibrium. So just to recap that, using our chain of events, our methodical chain of events, this is how we will write in the exam. So the first thing to happen is the price will increase from P to P1. As a result, the quantity supplied increases from Q to QS because firms are going to be more willing and able to supply products at a higher price. However, the quantity demanded will decrease from Q to QD because households, consumers are going to be less willing and able to buy the product at a higher price. So as a result, disequilibrium occurs because of excess supply. Now, as I said, there are two ways in which the market can be restored to equilibrium. Okay, so basically, as we said before, that firms could decrease the price, so then prices decrease from P to P1, and then equilibrium is restored. Alternatively, firms can employ less factors of production, and as a result, the supply will decrease from S to S1, and as a result, equilibrium is restored. I hope you enjoyed that video on excess supply. I hope you now have a good understanding of how when there is an increase in price, it leads to excess in supply, and that is quantity supplied increases and the quantity demand decreases, so that leads to an excess in supply. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Look out for future content videos, and thank you very much for watching.